Hello, Laura Whitmire, Treat Yourself Soap and Candle Company. I am the creator, the owner, all that jazz. We are making today a fall soap that'll be available in 4 weeks. If you haven't checked out my other 2 videos by this time, there's 2 videos posted. There's an apple cinnamon and there's a Mr. Masterpiece for our second video. Definitely one to look at. Today we are doing my first go around with piping soap frosting. Let's see how that goes. Enjoy. Here we go, starting with the soap frosting for our fall soap. I am doing just one fall soap. Well, one pumpkin soap, I should say. I have my oils already measured, and I have my lye solution that I'm pouring in. Putting the cap back on. We'll clean that up later. And a stick blender ready to go. Getting the air bubbles out. This is my first time trying the soap frosting, so you get to witness the inaugural go. Actually, I think it might be ready. I'm gonna let it be for a little bit. I'm gonna put some white in it because I do want a white top on this one. So I have my titanium dioxide all mixed up. A little for this. I'm gonna say, well, a lot for this. I'm gonna save the rest for the middle layer. I did want to have this be able to get set up really well. Not putting any fragrance oil in this. All the fragrance will be in the bottom. There we go. That looks wonderful. Now I'm going to let this set up till it's ready to pipe. Move that out of the way. And on to our next batch. Slightly different blend of oils for the soap base. And my larger container of lye. Really helps having everything pre-measured at proper temperatures and ready, because I can just keep it moving. Here we go. Blendy, blendy. Scooch this over a bit so my cord's not so taut. I actually have guests in the studio that you can't see. They normally are not around for the soaping process, but my uncle and aunt are visiting. And my husband's actually watching. Normally I film by myself. But we just put the baby down for a rest, so I get to film. And you guys will actually be seeing this video a week after I make it. Give me some time to edit. And it is emulsified. That means that all the oils in the lye are mixed together. Put this off to the side. I have a history of dipping my items. This is a pre-mix fall blend. It's 3 different oils, my own combination. I'm going to fragrance. No, I'm making it up as I go. Let's pour this off. I will fragrance this separately. Just won't forget to fragrance it. And then in here, we'll go all of my orange. My orange is not any special maker. It is a blend I've got off Amazon. I will link it below. It's a great starter pack if you're just trying out soap making. I just had some left over, and I don't like to waste things. So that's why we have that. So orange is going in here. The rest of the titanium dioxide. I want this more cream than white. At least that's the plan. And this is why we don't wear nice clothes to soap. Because we just flung it all over ourselves. It's also the reason why we wear our safety gear and our long sleeves. That way we don't get hurt with the lye. So that's ready to go. Here's the orange. I'm actually going to hand mix that in. I want it orange, but not too orange. And here we go with this. And it will lighten up a little bit over time. My fragrance blend doesn't have too much color to it. And I actually might, I have this pre-made up already. Put a little bit more of that in too. I don't like to blindly pour, it doesn't end well. I was going to film some intros and outros with the shirt on, but maybe not now that it's covered in titanium dioxide. There we go, a nice creamy color. So that is ready for fragrance oil. I shall leave that in there. So a little bit in here, and most of it in the big batch. Do not know if this is going to accelerate or speed up the process, so we'll find out. I think individually they might not, but who knows when they are all playing together. My plan is 3 different layers. A bottom orangey fall layer, a middle creamy layer, and a top more strudel looking layer. So here we go. Making sure you can see everything as we want it. Nice and pretty. I already have my lines on there. I'm going to need that when I'm ready to pipe my top. Some of this is going to go on the bottom, and then I'm going to add some more color. Scrape this off. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm letting go of perfection in this sense. And I do want most of it on the bottom there. So that's looking pretty good. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. And I'll bring you back when this has set up a little bit and we are ready for the middle layer. Alrighty, the bottom layer has set up a little bit. I don't want it to set up too much because I still have the top to go. And this is nice and thick as well, so I'm going to break the fall with my spatula. It won't matter if it comes down too much, but I do definitely want a line of the cream. Going for pumpkin crunch cake, which, funny enough, I've actually never eaten. So all of this is going to go in. I will not scrape out my container yet because I do want a tiny bit for the top. And after this is set up some more, we will add the top layer on. I almost did this without you watching. I want this a little darker, not too much, to have like a crumble factor to it. So I have some Mad Micas Man on a hot tin roof with some generic gold, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit in at a time. Since this is a new recipe, I'm not sure how it's going to go. And honestly, I think that's probably pretty good. I don't want to mix it in all the way. And I love the flecks of gold in there. And after this sets up a little bit, we will pour that in. For my top, I am anticipating with the piping adding some apricot seed powder for like little crumbs on the top. And I have, if some of you saw in my Instagram, and Treat Yourself Soap Candle Co., you saw these little pumpkins, and leaves that we're going to put on top of the piping. So definitely check out my Instagram and subscribe. Follow me, make sure that you're not missing out on these little hints before the video comes out. The middle cream has mostly set up, and I don't know if you can see, but this has like really awesome gold swirls in it. And this is just as thick as I'm hoping it would be. Kind of plop it in there. And I will smooth it out. And it doesn't matter as much because I am going to frost this. It almost looks like the batter when you make pumpkin pie. Scooch it in the corners there. I will be tapping this down, making sure we have no air bubbles. I will be writing a blog post this weekend, so by the time you see that, it will already be up on my blog and consulting page, laurawhitmeyer.com. About kids say the darndest things, because we've been playing games lately at night with the older kids, and some of their answers that they've come up with are pretty hilarious, and I can't help but share. Here's the last bit. It is getting muddier, which is what I was hoping for, to kind of mimic like a cinnamon, nutmeg, pumpkin spice combination. Oops, messy soaper here. I try every time to be neater about it. Doesn't always go according to plan. And I'm definitely a scrape the entire bowl, waste none of it, if possible, girl. One day I'll have a better camera setup and you won't see the bottom of my bowl. Which, these are awesome, amazing Dollar Tree bowls. So if you can get good quality supplies for $1, I say go for it. My little pour pitchers are from the Dollar Tree too. There we go, almost in the corner. Alright, time to tap it down and wipe off the edges. Get all those air bubbles out. Hopefully not wake up the baby. That's always the goal. And we will come back when the frosting is ready. Let us go. Very first piping. Almost ready. Forgot to twist my bag. I've iced cakes before, so I'm hoping that that helps me out. Oh, that one looks a little wonky. Definitely can see how doing this more often would make it more uniform. Oh, there it goes. I might have to go back to that first set. And add some. Be a double bunch. All right, let's try the second layer. I think I probably could have waited a little bit more until this set up. We'll see. I'm gonna swoosh this down a little bit, and then we'll do the top. Hey, it's supposed to look like a dessert, and desserts aren't always perfect, right? Just evaluating my bars here. Either way, it's going to be a creamy soap top. All right. Don't think that was so bad for the first go round. Put it off into my cup. And I think we're going to do some drizzle. I still have some of my leftover mica. So I have some drizzle we can do. My mica mixed with oil. And we have our pumpkins. Now if I follow my lines, this should work out well, I think. Oh. I'm looking at these now. I don't think I'm going to be able to position them the way I first wanted to. So I think you're going to get the effect that there is a pumpkin, just not a whole pumpkin. I have a feeling when the children see this, they're going to be singing the 5 Little Pumpkins song. Oops. Did not have my stem up. And I also have the leaves to put in. This will be my first high top soap to cut as well. All right, let's see where we got here. 2 little leaves to go on each side. I'm going to do one side and then I'll turn it and do the other. Can you see that okay? There we go. This is going to be a precarious cutting situation and when it's time. Oop, that one almost went in upside down. And the last one on the end, halfway there. Well, more than half. Oh boy. I'm going to eyeball it from over the top. Try to match it up with the pumpkin because I don't have lines on this side. Maybe I'll add them for next time. Some of these are a little thicker at the back. They were difficult to pour, they were so thin. Since I'm using my phone, it actually ran out of video feed. So there is the lovely soap. I'm trying to decide if I want to put some fairy dust on top. I think I might, just a little bit. Because who can resist fairy dust? It literally looks like there's a fairy visiting. Sprinkling her dust everywhere. This might come in handy for the tooth fairy. I bet they use it. So there we go, and a quick spritz of rubbing alcohol. Seal everything in place, and you know what? feel like the glitter is going away a little bit. There we go, all done. Ta-da. Now just time to wait 18 to 24 hours or even 48 hours. And I can unmold and cut this baby up. Bring you back then. Taking a minute here to finish up the video. I wanted to show you the final product. It has the vanillin in it has made it darker. And you know what? I will also show you the inspiration, the pumpkin crunch cake that I have designed it after. So I think the final product looks a lot like the crunch cake, and now I want to go bake something. Check out the website. This will be available on the 17th of October. And see what else is there then. Thanks, guys.